We've got Kristen with Tabletop Media Group joining us this morning. Kristen is an expert guru in all things marketing, social media, graphic design, expert in brainstorming. We've worked together for a long time over the years, and I really appreciate and value her experience as well as Shop Local Raleigh does. Sarah and I enjoy just chatting with her and constantly learning and growing from her. So Kristen, thank you for joining us. We will turn it over to you. With the format this morning, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. We'll try and connect with Kristen throughout the presentation. So in case you have questions, if we can help answer them, or if we need to try and answer them as we go along, but we'll also save time at the end and open it up to go ahead and allow you to have questions and answer time. So again, thank you. And Kristen, we'll give it to you.
Thank you so much, Jen. And it's so awesome to be here today. I'm super excited to present about all things Canva. So we'll go ahead and jump right in because an hour is definitely not enough time to cover it, but we will try our hardest. So as Jen said, my name is Kristen, and I am the founder of Tabletop Media Group. And so I put up all of our contact information on the slides, and you will get access to these at the end of the presentation. So don't worry about like furiously taking notes and everything too. So that's all of our contact info, and please do follow us on social media at Tabletop Media GP, and I will definitely follow you back. So now your turn. I just want to get a pulse for who all is attending today. So if you'll open up the chat box and then just type in there what your name is, what business you're with, and we'll just give everyone just about a minute to do that. Hi, Katie. So we have Katie with Imagine Circus, Angie with Prevent Blindness NC, Samantha with the Digital Office, Robin with Community in Motion, Rachel with Stage Door Dance Productions. Ooh, they're coming really fast. We have a lot of awesome people on. Very cool. So we have a really nice mix of people today, which is going to be great because Canva, you'll discover you can create graphics for any type of business out there. And they have a lot of great pre-made templates that you can use. And you can also edit photos with Canva. Really, the sky is the limit with Canva. So as I mentioned, we're going to go over Canva for Business. So number one, we'll talk about what exactly is Canva. We'll talk about the pricing because like you guys, I'm a small business owner and definitely concerned with budgeting for the year, for each quarter. And then we'll talk about how to select a template, then how to edit it. And finally, of course, downloading that template or that image that you've edited and sharing it. And we'll go over some of the interesting features on Canva and how you can upload your brand kit directly into Canva and then edit a photo. So we'll jump right in. So what exactly is Canva? So Canva is a graphic design platform. It's available on the web and they have a mobile app. And so I usually use Canva on the web, but if I'm in a pinch, I'll take my handy dandy smartphone and use it right there directly on the app. I will say it's a little bit clunkier on the app to use compared to the web browser. So just a little pro tip there. So Canva is used to create social media graphics. You can make presentations, posters, documents, any type of visual content. And they do include templates that are free for you to use. So what do you need to know about pricing for Canva? So Canva does have a free platform for you to use, and that's just called the basic level. So hopefully some of you have already downloaded that basic level. If you have not, highly recommend just going to canva.com and going ahead and signing up because you can also follow along during the presentation. So this basic level includes a lot of free templates. You'll see like 250,000 free templates. It's just crazy. And then they also have 100+ different design types. So that means that they have social media post opportunities, presentations, letters, so much more. There's hundreds of thousands of free photos and graphics that you can use. So let's just say you were designing something for St. Patrick's Day and you need like a 4-leaf clover design element. They definitely have that in there. Stars, squares, rectangles, whatever kind of shapes you can think of, it's definitely in Canva. And then you can also invite members to your team on Canva. So if you wanted, somebody, like if Tabletop was collaborating with Shop Local Raleigh, and if I wanted somebody from their team to take a look at my design and give me feedback, I can simply send a link to the design that I'm creating and invite them to provide feedback. So that's a really neat feature that we use a lot at Tabletop. And as I mentioned, you can collaborate and comment in real time on that design that you're creating. Canva does have 5 gigabytes of cloud storage, so that's a nice feature. And then they do offer 2 paid subscription services. So the one that I will be using today during the presentation is called Canva Pro. So that one is very affordable. I absolutely love it. My favorite feature of it is a background remover. So if you've ever taken a photo of like an object or somebody and you don't like the background, Canva has on Canva Pro this awesome background remover, and it will immediately just erase everything. And I have spoken to a lot of photographers, and back in the old days on Photoshop, that would take hours and hours to do. So it's a really nice feature. And then the other paid subscription service is Canva for Enterprise. So Canva Pro, as I mentioned, super affordable. It's $9.99 a month. So we typically just pay for the yearly plan because I believe it's like a slight discount. So it's $119 for the year. But I recommend if you're just getting started with Canva, try out the basic version and just see if you like that. And then, if you want some of those more sophisticated tools, up it and get Canva Pro. And so Canva Pro does also have something called one-click design magic resize. So this is a really neat tool. We'll go over what that does on Canva when I start sharing my screen when we dive into the Canva side. And so Canva Pro has even more templates that you can use, and they are constantly uploading new designs every single day. So there's like 420,000 plus free templates. And then for Canva Pro, you have access to even more stock photos. So 75 plus million premium stock photos, videos, audio, and graphics that are totally free to use. So we are constantly using these. There's a wide range. You won't even believe some of the photos that we've been able to find for clients. So there's a lot that you can use out there. And then you can save designs as templates for your team to use. So let's just say you're creating a series of different Instagram graphics and you want them to look uniform, but you want your team to be able to swap out, different photos that you've taken on those Instagram graphics. That's like a template. So you can create your own templates as well. And then for Canva Pro, you have way more storage. So now you have 100 gigabytes of cloud storage. You can also schedule your social media content to 7 different platforms on Canva. And you have unlimited storage for all of your own photos and assets. And you can upload your own images and access millions of other photos starting at $1 each. So like if you wanted something even more premium, you could just pay, a very nominal fee for some of those photos. And finally, they also do have some illustrations and different things like that that you can add to your graphics. So this is what we use. And like I said earlier, we're going to be using Canva Pro in today's lesson. So Canva Enterprise is a little bit more expensive. It's $30 per month. I personally have not used this service, but I do know one cool thing about it, and what a lot of some agencies that I know that use Canva Enterprise is they like the fact that they can upload multiple brand kits. So a lot of you are just with one company or one organization. So you could upload one brand kit and you're good to go. But for someone that might be managing like 100 different social media accounts for 100 different brands, it's nice for them to have this enterprise so they can upload different brand kits. That means your fonts, your colors, your logos for each brand to Canva. And then you also have some built-in workflows, so you can get approval on designs from other team members, and then you can set which elements your team can edit and stay on brand with like locking certain templates. So that's a really neat feature as well. You have unlimited storage, and then they also do offer you that 24/7 enterprise support. So I just wanted to go over the 3 different levels. That way you can see what's going to be best for your business. So as I kind of alluded to, definitely try out Canva free first. And then if you're loving it and need more functionality, swap out to the Pro. And if you have a big team and you're managing multiple clients' brands, moral of the story, switch to Canva Enterprise. And I did include a link to the pricing, so you can definitely take a look at that after the presentation if you want to get signed up. So where do you even begin on Canva? There are so many different types of templates that you can use. So they break it down on Canva, and I'll share my screen in just a second and we'll swap over to canva.com. But it's broken down into social media, personal, business, marketing, education, and then they have a trending section. So let's begin and go into Canva. So you'll see when I toggle over to Canva, this is what the back end looks like. And so here's the template section that I just mentioned. So for social media, you'll see they have a lot of different, things that you can click on right there. There's so many more though. These are just some of their top ones that users are currently using. So Instagram stories is like the #1. So we'll go ahead and click on that so you can see what it looks like. So when I'm clicking on Instagram stories, it's going to load a wide variety of those templates that we discussed that you can pick from. And so a lot of you might, be really savvy on Instagram and you're seeing a lot of really cool stories that influencers are making, like fun Q&As or like just little graphics. And you're wondering like, how do they make that? Well, Canva, that's exactly where folks are making these. So you'll see this is something really popular that I've been seeing on Instagram stories are the little Q&As. So if you wanted to take this one, for example, and do a Q&A, you can click it and then customize this template. So you'll go in, you'll customize it, and now I'll be able to do all sorts of fun things to this graphic. I can tweak the color, I can tweak images, I can tweak text, etc. So we'll go into that in a little bit, but I just wanted you to see one of the examples of the social media graphics that are available. And then you'll also see like there's even more Instagram post, Facebook post. One of the things that I love using Canva for is like, let's say that you just want to do a little refresh of all your social platforms and you wanted a new Facebook cover photo and you have no clue what size it should be. Well, Canva already has it pre-created right there for you. Just click on Facebook covers and you'll be able to get the correct size and then you can edit it accordingly. There's also YouTube channel art. It's already sized for social media. LinkedIn banners, that's a really tricky one because they're really narrow. So highly recommend using Canva when you're trying to update all of your platforms too. So then under the personal section, you might use this still for business. I do all the time, like for invitations. We do a lot of like influencer events or grand openings for clients. So I'll click on invitations so you can see what this looks like. So here's the invitations templates, and you can see that you can, the sky is the limit right here, right? Like look at all these different invitation templates. There's bridal shower, wedding, housewarming, save the date, party, etc. So I'm going to click on party. And so you can search, within all of these templates as well. And so let's just say I wanted, I'm going to throw a cocktail party. And so I think this one could be kind of fun. So I'm going to click on this one. And then I can click customize this template and then start editing. And then you'll see that they also suggest more like this. So if you're really liking, the font, the kind of overall style, they'll recommend some that are similar. So let's say you change your mind, you could click on this one and go from there. That one would be really fun for a cocktail party. So then there is the business section. And I use the invoice one every now and then, which is kind of fun. And then the presentations I really like too. I'll click the invoice, you can see, but you can even design logos on Canva. I have a client that designed her logo using Canva. Business letterheads is another really great one. So we'll open up the invoice so you can see what that looks like. So here are a bunch of different invoice designs. So you could click on one that you like and edit it accordingly. So that's also a nice tip if you're creating invoices. And next up is marketing. So they have posters, flyers, infographics, brochures, all sorts of things. So I'll click on some of the poster examples. So this is especially great. We have like a coffee shop client that uses Canva a lot to make posters to display in her coffee shop. So if she's doing like a special latte or something, she'll go on Canva and then find something here. And so these are really nice. They always like to put some of the trending ones first. So you'll see a lot of back to school stuff is going on right now. So you can click on one of these posters and you can really, customize it however you want using your brand colors. You can tweak the fonts, tweak the images, all of that. And then next up, they do have right now education. So if there are any like teachers or folks on there that do a lot of workshops, this is also a really great one. And finally, there is the trending section. I always like to take a look at this just to see what exactly is trending. So like menus, that's one that's trending. So if we have any like restaurant folks that are on, you could take a look at that. So, I mean, look at these awesome menus that are already designed right there for you. So you could just tweak this with your branding and go from there. Awesome. So now I want you to go to canva.com. I'm going to put it in the chat and think of something that you need to design for your business. And then I want you to pop it into the chat function and go to canva.com and see like just to kind of brainstorm. So I'll give you just a minute there. So Angie is saying that she needs to design an annual report. So that would be really great. You can probably find a nice template for that. Maybe even look under the business section and there might be like a presentation section that you can use. Anyone else? So Rachel is saying that she needs to create an ad flyer for an upcoming event. So that would be a really awesome one to use. So I would just go under that flyer section. And Adam says, help wanted, seeking employees. I feel you. I think everybody is in need of that design right now. So I would certainly go and look at some flyers. And something else that's kind of cool is that on Canva, you can also just search directly in the tool. So let me show you, like right here. If I wanted to see like help wanted, it's popping up wanted posters, but maybe we'll say like hiring. So there might be some stuff, but you can always see what pops up. So that's kind of a cool feature too. And especially like if you're looking for something specific, like on social media, like LinkedIn, it will show you all the different LinkedIn things that Canva has available. Alrighty. Let's see if we have any more people in the chat. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for your participation. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and select a template. So I'm going to use Rachel's example. So creating an ad / flyer for an upcoming event. So we're going to go over how to go ahead and start editing something from a template and making it your own. So what we'll do is we'll go back over to Canva and we will click on use this template. So that's the #1 thing that you have to do. So we'll go over here, we'll look up a flyer. Let's do a business flyer. And we are going to edit this one right here. So once you select your template that you want to use, you'll click customize this template. So that's the first step. And then the next step that I am guilty, I forget all the time, is to change the name of the file. That way it's a lot easier for you to find. So it's not as intuitive on Canva where to change the name. So I just wanted to be sure to point this out. So it's right up here in the upper right corner. So once you select this template, it will automatically populate the name of the template right here for you. So simple coffee shop flyer. Well, that's not what I'm designing. I'm designing something for, let's just say like a cocktail event. So I'm going to change it to cocktail event, July 2021. So I like to name it something that I can remember and I can easily go back to in Canva. So that's the second step. Then you want to go ahead and change out any photos. So you'll see right here, this is more of like a coffee shop vibe. That's not really what I'm wanting since I'm hosting a cocktail event. So what I can do is I'm just gonna hover over this and click delete on my computer. So now you'll see there's like this blank image that pops up. So I want to fill that in with my own image. So how you add in a photo is this toolbar on the far left is going to be your best friend. So it has all the different things that you can edit. So I'm going to go over, it's 4 down to photos. And so I can upload my own photo or I can use Canva's photos. So by clicking just on photos right now, I'm using Canva's photos. If I wanted to upload my own, I would have to go into uploads and then upload media from my computer. And then I could use one of my own photos. So you see I have a cocktail photo right here that could look kind of nice, but I want to explore and see what Canva might have. So this is the Canva Pro version, just as a reminder. So it says search photos pro. So this one has way more photo opportunities for me, but I'm going to look up cocktail. And Katie just asked a great question. Are all photos on Canva free to use as in no copyright issues for personal use? That is correct. So all the photos that are on here are stock images that you are able to use. So great question. You're definitely able to use that. Awesome. So you can see here, there are some really beautiful photos in here that I just absolutely love. I like them way better than the one that I was going to use that we took. So I'm going to click on the one, I really liked this one of everybody cheersing. So what you do is you can either click on it and it will populate into your design, or you can like drag and drop it. So you'll see that I was able to drag it into that blank image since we are using a template. So I can do that. But let's say I do want to also use one of my uploads. So I can go into the upload section and then I'm also going to use this one. And so I'll show you what happens when I click on it. So now it just populates it anywhere here and I can drag it around. I can resize it. So this isn't going to be the most beautiful flyer since we're using it as an example, but so you'll see I'm able to tweak it and I can even like turn it by using this little tool right here. So if I wanted to turn it around, I could do that. So that's the next step is swapping out any images that you might want to use. And I mean, I promise you this photo section, there are so many awesome tools in there and great photos. It will even like narrow it down. Now that I've searched cocktail, it has like mojito, beer, gin, martini, like all sorts of other things. So I could click on bartender and then it'll, you know, pull even more photos right here. So next up is I want to edit the text on my template for my flyer. So that means the color, the size, the font, and the style. So I'll show you how to do all of that. So you'll see that we already have some text blocks in here that I can tweak. So I want to change this to cocktail party. But you'll see it's way too big now. So what I can do is select all, and then up here are all the different options to tweak my text. So this font is 77.5. It's way too big for my flyer. So I can either click this button pretty manually and figure out what size I want, or I can even just like type in here, a particular number. And then let's say I want, now that I've changed the size, I want to change the color of it. So I can select all of my text that I want to change the color for, and then there is the text color button. This is pretty intuitive. I'm just going to go through it kind of quickly though. So here you'll see I have uploaded brand colors. So this is for an ice cream shop client, and we have their brand loaded in to Canva. So that's why you're seeing brand colors popping up. So let's just say, if you like Shop Local Raleigh has the great orange color. So let's say they uploaded the orange and the green and the blue. All of those colors would be displayed right there on brand colors. So then you can easily click on it and it will change it to that brand color. So that means you don't have to go back to your logo spec sheet and figure out what hex color your, whatever your logo is in. So it's already saved right there, which is really awesome. So next up, if you want to, underline or italicize, you can also do that. So there's some options right there. I'm not going to do that. This is also a neat tool. You can change it all to uppercase. I remember like way back in the day, and like, I don't even know what grade I was in, having to convert something from uppercase all to lowercase when I was like in elementary school, and it was super annoying. I wish they had this tool way back in the day. So that's a great one. And then you can also, toggle over this other text and switch it. So I'm going to change mine to, Friday. I'm just making up a date, July 30th, and then 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then I can tweak my address, to whatever it might be. And then if I wanted to add in other text blocks, like outside of this, there is this text function right here. And so I can click on this and I can add other text. So something that's cool is that Canva has headings, subheadings, and then they say a tiny little bit of text, which is like the body text. So you can click on heading and see, what they might recommend, and then all the different layers right there. Whoops. And so something else too under the text is that there are some really neat font combinations that Canva has available. So they've already created some that just like look nice and trendy and things like that. So you can always play around with that. So that's something that I like to do. Alrighty. So next up is we will go over how to edit like the color of your main document as well. So this color is like this little gray kind of muted color. And I'm not really in love with it for my particular document. So I'm going to hover over that. And then right here, you'll see background color. So I can click on this and I can change it to like one of those brand colors. Canva is also so smart that it will even populate different photo colors right in here. So it's pulling like that green from the lime or the drink. And it's also pulling from this other photo right here, like some of the darker grays and things. I'm kind of liking this green, so we'll try it out. Oh, maybe not. So, I'll play around with something until I find something I like. So that's something kind of cool. Canva does make recommendations right there for some of the photo colors and just making sure that your graphic is looking nice. It also has default colors that are like in the Canva color wheel that a lot of people are using. So I can play around with that and see what those might look like. You can also just hover right in here to add a new color. And then you can add in like, your particular color code that you might have. You can also, scroll around and see what might look good. I want to maybe change it to like a light pink or something. So, I mean, you can really have a lot of fun with this. So awesome. So, and I just saw the question in there, and thanks for answering Shop Local, but Canva does give you document color suggestions. So like what we just went over, but as for like the brand colors, you will have to upload your own brand colors into there. So good question. Awesome. So now we'll add some elements. So that's like the little 4-leaf clover example I gave earlier. So there are a whole slew of elements right in here. So it's the second one down called elements. So you are able to add different lines and shapes. So if you wanted to add like an arrow or something like that, you could play around with that. You can resize it, things like that. I'll go ahead and delete that. There's also little graphics that you can add. And so this one's kind of fun. There's like a little martini glass, it looks like. So I could add that to my flyer if I wanted to, like right over here. There's also, a bunch of other things, charts, frames, grids. I mean, so many things. So this is something kind of neat under the frames. So you can click on this. And then if I wanted to put this photo into that frame, you see how that just happened? So the frames basically is a fun way to kind of like make your photos a little bit more engaging, if you will. So instead of just like a square boxy photo, I'm gonna put it in here. Whoop, I put it behind it. But I could put it in there and it will tweak it for me. So that looks kind of fun. I'll keep that on my flyer. So there we go. So those are the different elements. And let's say I wanted to search, Clover. So you'll see tons of different design elements pop up. It will also pull photos in this section as well. So it's a really great feature. And so for my cocktail party, I want to pull up martini glass. I can search that. And then I can even toggle between graphics, photos, videos, all sorts of things if I wanted. So I'll select this one. We're making a really busy flyer. And I can add that. Oh, it's taking a second to load. But anyway, so that's the element side, which is kind of fun. I do use this quite a bit, like especially for the Instagram story graphics. I love using the elements side as well. So after elements, so there is something cool that I like to feature is the audio and video section. So let's say that you are creating like an Instagram story, but you want it to have, like some audio behind it, maybe you talking or like a little, song or something like that. So you can do that under the audio section. So you can search for like different types of audio in here. You can also record your own and upload it. So let's say I wanted to add like this Team Spirit pop song. I can click on it and it will automatically now convert this into a video. So you'll see now up in the upper right, it has it's playing now, 5 seconds of song. So I can, do that if I wish. I can also just remove it. So we'll just delete that. So that's how you would add music in there and your own recording too, if you wanted to add a recording. So that will convert it into a video now once you do that. Awesome. So next up, if you do want to upload, let's see, video. So you'll click on the more section and there is an opportunity for you to, look at different types of videos. So something neat that we've done, we have a client that is involved in agriculture. And so we were able to find a video of somebody like spraying a field that we could use for this client. And so if I wanted to use that, I could just search, farming. And then I can, find whatever video I want and it will actually play like as a video. And then I can edit on top of this video if I wish. So you'll see right now the cows are in the background walking around. If I wanted to add text on top of it, I could just do that, right on top of that video. So there are tons of stock videos, not just photos that you can also use. So just another kind of neat trick. We've completely messed up our flyer. Awesome. And then under the more section, you'll also see that, there's a lot of other things like styles, charts, and folders. So styles is another great one. So this is something, and kind of along the same lines of your question about like, do they give recommendations for a set of brand colors? So they do give recommendations on colors that are trending. It might not specifically be like your brand, but let's say you do want to have, maybe you're designing something that has like lots of pinks and purples. Well, it already has this recommendation right here for me. So I could use this if I want, and it will automatically change it to be the different fonts that it's recommending, the different colors and more. And so right now you'll see like it changed the colors a few times. So I'm shuffling is what it's called. So it's taking this whole color palette and shuffling it all around for me. So maybe I don't like that one. I want to tweak it again. So, oh, cool. I like that one. Or whatnot. And then you'll see if I like switch over to the Barlow Thin, if I click on this one, it will completely change it. So that is a really fun tool, and that's under the styles section. So styles, and it has, you know, all the different colors. I mean, look how many there are. It's amazing. I love using this tool. And then there's also fonts. So that's something that I struggle with a lot, just because I'm not like super savvy when it comes to like knowing font names and knowing what looks good together. And so Canva already has like different headings and subheadings and like body text for your graphics already built in, that they have their professional team of designers that say look really good together. So I love using this one. So if I wanted to, you know, switch it out to this particular style, I could, and it will tweak it all for me. So that's a really great one to be able to have in your back pocket to use. Great. So then using folders for organization. This is one that I just love. So under the More section, there's this folders section. So we have folders for different clients of ours, like there's Raleigh Rolls right in here. I can, you know, add this particular design to a folder, or I can, you know, open a particular folder and see what I have currently under that folder. So that's something really neat, just to be sure to understand. And so how you add that to a folder is you will click on File, just like you would on a regular computer, File, and then Save to Folder. And then you can go ahead and search whatever folder you would like. You can also create a new folder. So if I wanted to create a new one, I would just name this like example flyer or something and add to a new folder. So that's a really great tool. It helps to keep you very organized. I especially like to think of it like for you all, small business owners, like maybe even break it down to like Q1 graphics, Q2 graphics, or like different holidays that might be coming up, like Thanksgiving flyers or whatever it might be. So you can get organized how best that you see fit. So that is the quick and dirty about how you edit the different templates. So next up, so now that you've successfully edited your template, how do you go ahead and share this? So you can connect directly to a social platform if you want, and you can also click the share button and connect to other people on your team. So I love this one. I can share to my entire team if I wanted to. So I have multiple people that use our account. And then I can also just type somebody's email. Like if I wanted to type my personal email and share this, I could do that. And then I can have a little message. So I can say if they can edit or view. So that's really important. If you want this person that you're sharing your graphic with to be able to edit it, then definitely say edit. If you don't want them to be able to touch it at all, click on just can view. And then I can add a message like, please review, and then I can send. So I would get a link to that graphic and I would be able to take a look at it and give feedback. You can also do it, let's see. You can also do it pretty easily too. If you don't want to just add somebody's email, you can just hit copy link. So I can share a link to edit, share a link to use as a template. So if I wanted to have this serve as a template for other graphics moving forward with my team, I could, or just to view. And then I can hit copy link, and then I'll show you what happens. I'll paste it into my browser, and now Canva will open up, and it just has the ability for me to just take a look at this. And so I can provide any feedback to my colleague or team member. So that's a really great feature. You can also click on these three dots over here in the right-hand corner. And then this is what I mentioned, sharing to social. So there's a section right here that says share. And so you can automatically share it to your Instagram for business, your Facebook page, Twitter. I mean, there are tons. You can add it to your Google Drive, add it to MailChimp. There's so many apps that also connect directly into Canva. So if you wanted to upload your like Instagram username and password in there, you could easily just share this right to Instagram. We don't do that at Tabletop just because we're creating designs for multiple clients. And so we just don't want to get things mixed up. But I could see like for somebody that's just using it for one business, that this would be a really handy feature. So I wanted to be sure to point that out to you. And then the other tool is that you can click on the download button and save to your computer. So this is that download button. I can click it. And then there are a series of questions that Canva will ask you. So you can choose what type of file type you want. So Canva recommends for this particular graphic, a PNG. So it's a really high quality image. I could also create it into a JPEG if I wanted like a bit smaller of a file. I can even create a PDF print. I mean, all sorts of different opportunities right here to save the file as a different type. I can also tweak the size of my file if I wanted. I can have a transparent background, which is a neat tool. And as soon as I'm done, if I want to compress or save my download settings, I can click these and then just click download. And then it will automatically just download it to my computer. And then it is the final graphic, and I can upload that somewhere. I can email it, whatever I want to do with my graphic. And scheduling, that is something else that you can do. That is something that is part right here, schedule. That is part of Canva Pro, and you will have to have different social media accounts connected. So I unfortunately can't show you a great example of this, but you can schedule out these graphics to send at different times. So let's say I wanted to schedule out this cocktail party, the week before. I could do that and then follow the steps, and it will automatically publish it to our social platforms. So that's another really great feature. So you might have also noticed the many features of Canva outside of just the templates. So as I mentioned, the photos, that is something that just blows me away every time. You can use the photos in any kind of future designs. You can also use the icons that they have in like a website that you might be designing, or something along those lines. There's also another neat feature called Canva Print. I wanted to be sure to show you this. This is a neat one. It allows you to design graphics in Canva, and then you can print them and ship them right to your door. So let's say you were doing like business cards on Canva. That's a great one. Here's one right here, rounded corner business cards. I can create my business card and then print directly from Canva. So if you wanted to do that, I always recommend though using our Shop Local Raleigh vendors that have printing companies, of course, and supporting local, but did just want to show you that. And next up is the apps section. So I know we briefly saw a few of those populating, but there are a ton of different integrations with Canva via the apps section. So we'll click on this. You can see all the different apps. Let's see. So you can connect tons of apps. You can connect, I love connecting our Google Drive because we store all of our client photos and like tabletop photos directly in Google. And so it will automatically allow you to access Google Drive and pull your photos from there, so you don't have to manually upload them every time. You can also add in, like there's an emoji section, which is kind of fun. So if you wanted to be able to put emojis on any future designs, you could do that. Google Maps is something else. So let's say you were creating like a meeting invite and you wanted to put like a little Google Map outline of a particular location where your meeting is, you could do that. You can also add things like Dropbox. There's Bitmoji. People like to play around with that. I mean, QR codes, that's another really big one right now. So there's tons of apps. Definitely recommend taking a look at this. And they also have like fun filters and color mixes that you can add. So there's a lot of functionality here. And then Canva Teams, I showed you that a little bit, but you can add people to contribute to a particular design, and you can brainstorm ideas, you can comment back and forth. And I included a link here. That way you guys can take a look at this later on how to like set up your team, but it's really awesome. And you'll see some examples of how you can communicate. And so I love this, like You can tag certain people on your team and say like, you know, it looks really good or whatever, and hit comment, and it's all in real time. And so it's just a great way to be able to collaborate. And if you're editing something, if you were my teammate, I could see what you're editing in real time. So that's also something that's really neat. So definitely be sure to get that set up if you want to have people collaborating with you. And as I mentioned earlier, Canva is available to download on your computer. So I always just use like the, you know, canva.com right there. And then I also have it on my mobile device. And so it's for Apple and Android. And then, so the brand kit, that's something I wanted to for sure be able that we go over before we end today. So the brand kit is your kit that has all of your fonts, your different styles, your logos, colors, etc. So I'm going to click on this right here so you can see what that brand kit looks like. So over on the Canva home screen, you can go down to brand kit and you can add in a particular brand kit if you want. So this is just an example of all the different tabletop logos that I have added in here. And then I can add in different brand colors right here. So there is a section, add and discover palettes. So similar to what I showed you earlier, you can look and see like different color palettes, but it's not necessarily for your particular brand. So if I wanted to add my brand colors, I would click over here, and ours are just black and white. So if I wanted to do that, I could, but I could add black, and then I could add white up here. And then now I would have those brand colors. If I decide that I'm rebranding and I don't want those colors anymore, simply just hit the X button right there. And then brand fonts. So here's where you can add, you know, whatever type of font that you might have on your logo spec sheet, whoever created your website maybe might have discussed brand fonts with you, or maybe you just want to start fresh and think of something new. So you can do that here. You can also upload your own fonts. So one of our clients has an ice cream shop and had a font called Chicken Scratch created for them. And so we were able to upload that font right here called Chicken Scratch. And so now Canva has access to that font. So I will say Canva doesn't have all the usual fonts that you might be using. So you might have to go download a font that you've been using for your business and then upload it right here into your brand kit. So that's what that brand kit section looks like. It's really awesome. And then you'll be able to stay on brand across all the different platforms and on all the different projects that you're designing. And it's just super easy because, you know, all you have to do is go on that brand kit section and just upload your particular like color or font directly in there. So that is the brand kit. And let's continue. And then last thing I wanted to show you, because it's something we use almost every day, is how to edit a photo. So a lot of people are like, well, what if I have a photo I just need to crop? Can I use Canva for that? Absolutely. So I'll demonstrate how to do that. So what you'll do is you'll go into Canva and you'll click on this purple button that says create a design. So we'll click on create a design, and then there's edit photo down at the bottom. So bottom middle, I'll click edit photo. It will automatically pull up my my library on my computer. So I'm going to go over into pictures. Let's see, we have one. So I'll just click this random sweet potato cocktail photo. So I'm uploading a new photo, and so you'll see it's uploading, and then it'll take just a couple seconds, and then we'll be able to show you how to edit. I think my internet is doing too much right now, so bear with me. Okay. All right, so now it is uploaded, and I can either use it in a design if I want to, or I can just simply edit the photo. So we'll click edit photo. And then now it has automatically created this photo on my Canva profile. And so I can go in here, I can crop the photo. So maybe I just want to like crop it to right here, and then I can click done. I can also like change, add text to it if I wanted to, or whatever. So I can use that and then just save it pretty easily. So that's one really fast way that you can go in and edit a photo directly on Canva. So the only other thing that I just want to mention is don't get frustrated, because right when I started using Canva, it was just a little overwhelming. And there's so many like bells and whistles, and there's still stuff that I feel like I'm discovering. They're always adding new things. So don't get frustrated, number one thing, and just play around. Like, find fun templates and tweak text and colors, and don't be so serious with it, and just kind of play and have a lot of fun. And I'll say it's really been a game changer for us at Tabletop, because we've been able to create some really awesome looking graphics for our clients. And that being said, I did want to show you how you can access past designs. And so if you go to canva.com and you're logged in under your account, there's a section for all of your designs that you can click on, and you'll be able to see all the different designs that you've ever created. You can also see recent designs. So like, here's that sweet potato cocktail photo. I can also delete things if I want. So I'll just move that one to the trash, and same for these. So you'll be able to see all the different designs that you've recently created. And so you can go back and look at some of those if you want. And so like, this one was for our waffle client, and it's like an Instagram graphic. So if I wanted to click on that, I could open up that design, and then I could edit that again if I wanted to. So that's another really great one. And something else too, Jennifer brought up a really good point, is that let's say I wanted to use this same style, but I don't want to, totally remove this design from my library. You can click on File, wait, where is it? Yeah, File, and then make a copy. And so if I wanted to do that, I can make a copy, and Canva will make a copy of this exact same design. And now I can just edit this one. So let's say I wanted to, just delete the photo in the background and swap it for something else. I could do that. So that's something really great too. That way you don't have to be stressed out that you're going to mess up a former design. So that's also another great one. So just wanted to be sure to show you that, all of your design section, and then how to copy and edit a past one. So you'll see all the past designs that we've created that are all right in here. And yeah, and then there's also the shared with you section. So you can see like different designs that maybe team members have shared with you that you wanted to take a look at. And that is about all I got for today. So I will turn it over to you. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat. And like I mentioned, we will be providing all of these slides for you. So you'll be able to go back and click on any links that I mentioned. And you also have all of my contact information. So if you do need to get a hold of me or have a quick question, I'm more than happy to help. So I'll open up the floor for questions. Thank you. Thank you, Greg. And I'm so glad it was fun. This is such a fun topic, and I just love Canva. So I hope that all of you will start designing some fun things. And Katie, she asked, using brand colors and images / logos are only on paid subscription. So it's been so long since I've used the free one, but let me go back up here. So the free one does have photos that you can use, but it's a little bit more limited. So they do have some, I believe. But I would definitely recommend the pro version if you're wanting like a lot of things. And then Jennifer brought up a good point. Can you make Instagram reels with Canva? So let's go see if they have gotten on the Reels boat yet. I don't, yeah, here you go. Instagram Reels video, here we go. So you can search right here, Instagram Reels. So you can create a blank Instagram Reels. They also have like example ones that you can use. So yeah, I would have a lot of fun with that. I haven't used Canva for Reels yet, so that's a really good idea. Awesome. And Greg put in another tool, unsplash.com, for free photos. There's another one that I use called pixabay.com that I'll put in the chat too. So those are pretty good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions at all. I know sometimes questions hit me much after a presentation, so I'm happy to help.
And Kristen, thank you again so much for doing this. We appreciate you taking your time out of your day, and everyone for joining us. We will download this whole video. It will be uploaded on YouTube so that you can access it at any time you want. We will also have it, it is live now on Facebook. So if you want to go back there and kind of rewatch it and listen while you're working on some things to get some tips and tricks there. And as always, we're always open for ideas and suggestions as well for what you guys think would be helpful of other topics or seminars to bring towards you. Because I think we're all finding that the better images we have, the more success rate we're going to have with our engagement and our business in general. And while it's nice to be able to hire a graphic designer, sometimes it's not always convenient, or it you know, depending on what type of work you're doing, it may not seem worth the cost to do it. So we want to find ways to save you money in your business and do it consciously, but also know when you can do things on your own and hire someone else out. So like Kristen's group. So thank you guys for being here today. We enjoy having you as a part. Hopefully we'll see some of you in our office next time, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.